What's up, Nerf herders? This is Alan from OC Nerf, and today we're going to be taking a look at some more Nerf news. We've got a couple new blasters that have been released to Geek.com. As I mentioned in the previous video, as we get closer and closer to Toy Fair here, Nerf will be releasing more of its blaster hype to the different media outlets, and this time we're going to be taking a look at Geek.com. So on the Geek.com website, we've got a couple of blasters. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is the Nerf Zombie Strike Survival System Scravenger. Now, this survival system might be a new line, but it is a line that we've already seen Nerf doing already with the Zombie Strike line, which is having blasters look like they've been cobbled together in a post-apocalyptic world from just random parts and bits and pieces and tools found and just put together to make a blaster. This is no different. It's just more orange than we've seen in the past, and it's got a couple of interesting features to it. Some of these things that I find very particularly interesting is that they are very reminiscent of things that we find on Thingiverse from the community. So we've got a whole community of Nerf 3D designers who've put together parts and pieces that are really helpful for certain blasters. One of these particular pieces is a feature on this new Scravenger blaster, and that is a handle stock attachment point. As you can see here, there is the stock attachment point on the handle, which you can attach the provided stock that it comes with, which is another stock that looks like it's cobbled together from parts, but you can also attach any other and strike compatible Nerf stock to it. We've seen that kind of technology on Thingiverse for a host of different blasters, and it's really interesting to see Hasbro's R&D taking a page out of our playbook regarding that little feature. We've also got a number of other accessories to this blaster, one of them being a scope and combination magazine holder. This is again a cobbled together scope, but on its side, it's got the capability to hold a magazine. Now this blaster itself comes with two magazines, two 12-round at that. We've been seeing a lot of blasters with just single 6-round magazines, so it's really nice to see a bigger load for the release of this blaster. It also comes with a suppressor style barrel that looks like it's got a few bullet holes already in it, and at the bottom there is another tactical rail to this blaster where you could put the light attachment that it comes with. Now the most obvious analog to this blaster is the also Zombie Strike Slingfire blaster. It was a lever prime blaster. It's got a lot of the same feel, the handle, the lever action is slightly different. But even the shape of the blaster is very familiar. So with that, it probably also comes with the gear system that existed on the old Slingfire blaster, which for good or bad, is still going to likely come with this blaster. Now there's one more feature that the Slingfire did not have that this blaster does, and that is the ability to have this toggle switch allow you to use this blaster like a Slingfire in that you can prime it with a lever action, then pull the trigger to fire. Or when this switch is toggled, every time you cycle the lever, it will automatically fire a dart with no need to pull the trigger. This is in essence a bit of a slam fire feature for quick firing to this blaster. That's actually a kind of a nice little feature there. This blaster will be released in the fall, much like the other blasters that we've seen so far, and it will be retailing at a price point of $49.99. Now that's a $49.99 Slingfire blaster. I'm assuming the price point is there because it's also got a lot of accessories that come with it. But that $50 mark kind of puts it at a primary category class, which it doesn't quite feel like a primary category blaster to me. It is a magazine-fed blaster, but I could be wrong. How do you guys feel about this being a primary class blaster, which at the $50 price point, it should be? The second blaster that we're going to go ahead and take a look at here from Geek.com is the Nerf Modulus Ghost Ops Vator. Now, before we get into this blaster, let's take a look at the fact that this is a Ghost Ops line, which is possibly a new line for the Nerf Modulus series. And based on this blaster alone, it's possible that the Ghost Ops line will include clear series style blasters. So we're seeing that kind of clear plastic being used, but it's being used even more so than it has been in the past. This is a Strife reshell, and the Vator even has a clear motor cage. So you can actually see the motors, see the flywheels in there. So this would be a prime candidate for some motor and flywheel upgrades, and you'd be able to really get to see what that looks like inside of your blaster. With everything being clear, Nerf has also taken advantage of using LED lights to be able to illuminate this clear blaster. There is a front foregrip built into this blaster with a trigger on it. This trigger activates the LED lights, while the rear handle obviously does the typical function of the strife, of the acceleration, and the actual firing trigger. This features a side-loading magazine, so we're seeing a lot more of that lately. This blaster still comes with a stock attachment point, although the blaster itself does not come with a stock, but it does come with a suppressor-style barrel, very similar to the Spectre barrel, but it comes with a clear version of that, which looks really nice. And this also comes with a possibly 12-round clear magazine. I wish it were the 18, but it looks a bit short for that, so it's more than likely the 12. There are orange bits still on this blaster, obviously, but even the orange triggers and some of those orange bits there are in the clear orange, which looks really great. There's a lot here, again, that seems to be borrowing from our community in the sense that we've got some clear parts, like the clear triggers, the clear rev trigger. We've also got the strong use of LEDs, which I know Nerf's already been doing a lot of LEDs, but in a clear option, that's kind of cool. There's some tactical rails at the top, and I think at the bottom, there's that thumb hole area, and there's this kind of enclosed handguard to the front foregrip area as well. So there's a lot going on in this blaster. Now, as far as the aesthetics of this blaster, I'm not 100% sold. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm kind of still thinking about it. So I haven't formulated my complete opinion yet on how this blaster looks. Only time will tell to see if I actually end up liking it or not. There are definitely features of it that I like, but there's some things of it that I don't like, and I'm just not yet settled on this blaster. If you've got an opinion on how this looks and how this functions, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll discuss it. As with all these other blasters, this is also going to be releasing in the fall of 2018, and the price point is actually at $39.99, so it's a bit lower than what you would expect, but this is also another Strife reshelf for about $40. So it's not quite at that flagship territory, but it is in the mid-class of the price points for Nerf. Where this falls into your loadout, we'll see. Now, let me know what you guys think of these two blasters down below. If you like the Scravenger blaster, or if you like the Vator blaster, I think I'll have a card at the top, and you guys can kind of do a little bit of a vote on that. And just let me know why you voted the way you voted down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these two blasters and any blasters that I've previously shared on these Nerf news. There's a lot of crazy things that will be coming out, I'm sure, for the 2018 line. And if there are any other blasters coming up before the Toy Fair event, I'll be sure to get it up on this channel so that you guys can get a heads up on what's coming down the line for 2018 and what to look forward to as we get closer to the fall of 2018 here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and like, because it really helps out a lot. And be sure to leave a like down below. And as always, Nerf on, everybody.